Alright guys, I need a video for today, and very conveniently there is a high cost challenge, so why not spend a whole video talking about one minuscule change that they made to a unit, and that is none other than Oshi, which I now deem, okay, what's her name? Idol, there we go. Idol Pop Star, or Idol Star, whatever her name is, or Oshi. I would deem this character as the best character in the game now. And I'll tell you exactly why, because they added a new change to her in the update logs where she negates high cost. I forgot how you obtain her. Was she a battle pass unit? Obtained in Cake Hunt 2 event. Honestly, I got her so long ago I don't remember, but she is here. So let's just go to our teams and equip her on this team. So yeah, that is why I deem her as the best support unit in the game. She is the only support unit that can negate high cost, and in my opinion, high cost is one of the, if not the hardest modifier in the game out of all of the challenge ones. Which ones are in the game? So there's fast enemies, tank enemies, shield enemies, and high cost. Correct me if I'm missing one, those are the four that I remember. Out of all of them, I would say high cost is, to this day, the most annoying one to deal with. Also, I kind of need something to hit airs, so Erwin, you're going to have to go for now. You still need to evolve Sakamoto. Let's see. Yeah, Freerin, you will do just fine. Now we're going to go in here, and I'm going to showcase exactly what I'm talking about. Now, while we're waiting here, I'd just like to, put my little 2 cents in. Please add a start button somewhere so I can just automatically start the star challenge. I don't know why that's not a thing, but I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to do logistically, and it'd be nice. Obviously, the little 10 seconds that you wait here aren't gonna make or break your gameplay, but it'd be nice. It would be nice. So yeah, there is a high cost challenge. I was meaning to make this video a while ago, but never really got the chance until right now, because like every time a high cost challenge would be up, I would either be asleep or I would be out the house. I was like, damn, never really got the chance to, but now we get to showcase it. And I myself haven't even tried it, so as you can see, ooh, everything is a lot more expensive. I don't know the exact percentage as to how much more expensive it is, but you can see that everything is very pricey here. I think it's 30%, maybe? Because she costs 1,000. Now she costs 500. 1,500. Boom. As soon as we place her, look at that. All of our units go back to their normal price. And the only expensive unit that we'd had to place was Oshi herself. But after that, we are set and good to go. Also, we need money. There we go. Let me turn, oh, it's already on. And look at that. We can place our units down just fine, and we don't have to worry about the obnoxious high cost variable, which is amazing. That is perfect. Now, she was already a really good support unit to begin with, because she provided a damage buff and a cost reduction. She doesn't make you any money, but you save money in the long run by using her once you have her to max. So the usual rule of thumb is you get her to max, then you start upgrading your units, because she provides a percentage cost reduction to other upgrades. Let me see, how many free runs can I place? 4? Okay, let me just sell you. Also, big W to Anime Adventures for finally adding keybinds. That is one big step in the right direction. Now all we need is Unit Manager. Where's Unit Manager? Especially in game modes with 6 people, where everything starts to look a little bit like a clusterfuck, and I can't really see my units with all the effects. And I know I could just turn them off, but even with the effects off, there's just so many units everywhere. It'd be so nice to just click a button. I can see all my units, and I'd be like, yep, let me upgrade this. And let's just upgrade Oshi, since I guess we're showcasing her now. The skin for her is pretty cool. She has a little Christmas skin. Never really watched the anime that she's from, though. I believe it's... I don't even know what the anime is. I'm not going to pretend that I do either. I've seen like one TikTok edit of the anime, and that's about as much knowledge as I have on it. But being able to negate high cost is intrinsic to her. She's the only support unit in the game that can do it. And although it's somewhat of a niche use case scenario, because you're not always going to be in high cost games or, having to do high cost challenges, having her on your team will literally make a night and day difference. Because you essentially have no negative modifier when you're doing high cost with her. So now high cost went from being my least favorite challenge to probably my second or favorite modifier in the game. Because if you have Oshi, she just completely trivializes it. You can just place her down, and it's like you don't even have a challenge at all, which is, great in my book. I'm not complaining at all. Also, we need to upgrade our free runs because they're kind of getting a little stronger here. Should be able to beat this, though. I mean, she's evolved, and this isn't even a high story mode map, so I think we're chilling. But, yeah, if you don't have Oshi, I highly, highly implore you to get her. There's absolutely no reason not to. I believe she appears in the... what's it called? The Legacy banner? Also, we need to change our targeting options because these free runs are not doing their job. There we go, yeah. And let's change you to closest. I don't know why they're like all attacking the same thing. Probably because we had them on first. But yeah, as I was saying, Oshi is now, or not Oshi, what's her name? Idol? Whatever you want to call her. One of the best, if not the best support unit in the game now. For like this specifically, right? You can't definitively call her the best support unit because, there's slow units, there's buff units. In terms of buff units, she's probably not the best. I'd still give that to Irwin or the Magic Dragon Girl just because you can infinite buff your units and double damage goes a long way. But definitely get her if you don't have her already. I would definitely put this in one of the top 5 must-have units for new players. I would have gave her that title beforehand anyway, even before this buff, because being able to reduce the cost of your units and buff their damage, especially if you don't know how to infinite buff, which at this point I don't know how that's possible, but if you don't want to infinite buff, you don't want to bother doing all that, she'll give your units a nice little damage boost, and now simultaneously also lets them avoid high cost. I've been wanting to test this little effect that she has for a while now, so I'm glad we finally got to do it in a video. Now there's not much for me to say here, but I don't want to bother stopping the video before we finish the stage just so I can really prove how great she is, although you probably saw that already. I'll talk about the comments that I saw in my latest video about the models for the game. There's a big split to it, at least from what I'm seeing. There's always the side of people that are going to be loyal to the game no matter what. The loyalists of the game, you could say. But I think that's a very slippery slope, because once you start glazing a game unconditionally, you start becoming blind to the very blatant flaws that a game has. In my video, I literally said, hey, I like anime adventures. Shit, I play it every day, probably macroing it at the time that you're watching this video. But that doesn't mean the game is perfect. It's not free from its flaws. And I feel like we should be able to acknowledge some of the models look a little funny. That's okay, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's true. And I'm sure we would all much rather have the old models, but we can't. And that's completely fine. Or there are a lot of quality of life changes that this game hasn't added yet that, in my opinion, are much needed. That doesn't mean that I'm mindlessly hating on the game, nor does it mean that I despise the game. But if you're just going to mindlessly glaze this game, and every time that I try to say anything remotely critical about the game, your first defense is just, bro, just don't play the game, bro. Get the fuck off the game if you don't like it, then. Go back to Anime Vanguards, pussy. Well, you can play both games, you can enjoy both games, and neither game is perfect. But currently, I'm definitely... Surprise, surprise, my mic cut off. Every time that I record with OBS, it just decides to stop working. I forgot what I was gonna say, so instead, I'm just gonna say whatever I want on the fly. The video's about to end soon anyway. We're about to go to wave 15 and beat it. So, closing thoughts for this video. Number 1, there is a difference between constructive criticism and mindless hating. And I'd like to think that I've never really mindlessly dogpiled on a game solely for the sake of disliking it. I always try to offer at least some sort of constructive criticism when I'm talking about a game. And I guess if you really wanted to nitpick, my latest video didn't give constructive criticism. It was more of an analytical take on the situation. But, you can call me a lot of things. You can't say that I'm a mindless hater. Still like AA, though. I'm not going to stop playing it just because of some models. Some people definitely hate the models. I was reading my comments and they were like, bro, we don't play these games to be using their little original characters, bro. I want an anime character. And, to each their own. I definitely can't fight you on that. Now we're almost on wave 15. There we go. This boss has hella HP, so I'm just going to cut to when we kill him. That's going to be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Let me know in the comments what you think about the remodels. What am I even saying? What's this video about again? Oh yeah, Oshi. Yeah. If you made it this far into the video, what do you think about the new Oshi buff? There we go. Now we're done for sure. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Stay tuned for more content, and we will catch you in the next one.